Hello everyone. um, Nice to be here. Nice to be in your space again. This morning, 9th of May, Mother's Day, I believe. I woke up with some beautiful messages on Mother's Day. People reaching out from all over the world. And I'm just so grateful for all that beautiful messages. But that's not what this video is about. I believe that I have a message, right? For a particular set of people, specifically people in diaspora, right? Or anyone who is in between places. So I had a lot to do. I'm unscripted. I'm speaking from my heart. And this might be a very long one. But I believe this is for someone or for some people. If this is not relevant for you, but you know someone that this is relevant for, please share with them. So after I got around to doing my everyday chores, you know, my weekends are so precious. I'm usually so busy during the week. I look forward to that weekend when I can just have my space and my time, and I can commit some amount of time to myself and my development, but also to rest. So after I had gotten those calls on the way, I got up and I had a bit of a fast of some sort. So I was gonna break the fast around 3 p.m. and I was trying to make food for myself. So I decided to go African. I wanted to take yam. For those who know what yam is, yam and egg Nigerian. So as I sliced up the tuber and I was trying to cut the yam, I started a reflection, you know, came to me that precisely, so this is Sunday, right? Precisely 2 days ago, which was Friday, I was working on a document. In between work, I had a short window where I didn't have a meeting and I was working on a document. And that document, of course, is my document. And it came to me that as I was working on that document was my resume. Let's just put it out there. And as I was working on that document, I realized, I didn't know how it happened, but I realized that the narration or the narrative has changed, right? So I'd worked for more than 2 decades before I left Nigeria, and I had the opportunity to rise very quickly in career, but also the opportunity to occupy roles of increasing importance. I had managed products, both in primary care and specialty care, different life cycle within the pharma industry. I had worked with different work streams across Africa. I had some regional opportunities, all within Africa, but also opportunity to work in a matrix organization and all of that. This is not about my CV. Just follow me on this journey. And the reflection that came to me was, for the 20 plus years that I worked within pharma in Africa, across 3 organizations, I never had the opportunity to either work with or lead a business of up to 500 million. No, it was always less than 500. It's either 200 million, 100 million, and all of that. I don't want to go into the details. But the revenue base did not in any way limit the experiences that I've had, right? And as I was going through that reflection, I realized that narration has changed, because now I'm speaking about having had responsibility for a revenue base of more than 1.2 billion within the space of 1 year. But the narrative has also moved from someone who has handled not just a revenue business that is more than 1 billion, but products in different life cycle, from early value chain commercialization with the opportunity to turn the promise of clinical, translate clinical trials to benefits for patients, to products in mature life cycle, right? And I also realized that as opposed to the previous narrative of I've worked in 32 markets in Africa and all of that, it's now a narrative of I've worked in more than 2 continents, emerging markets, mature markets, the African continent, North America as a continent, and I've worked across geography, across diverse teams and all of that. So it's a whole lot of things. But my point, before I bore you and you begin to wonder, so what exactly is she trying to say? My point is that now I look back on the 2.5 years since I've been in the United States, and I realize that it's all connected and it's all part of the process. For anyone who knows me, I'm a very strong girl. Things don't break me easily, but the last 2.5 years, it took God. Have you ever been in a season where you feel as if you're bigger than the page that you are on, that your story cannot be written in the context that you've been placed in? Have you ever felt as if the contributions that you have to give is bigger than the space you've been given? Have you ever felt limited, minimized, discounted, diminished? You know, however you choose to describe it. If the answer is yes, are you in between places? Are you wondering, how did we get here? What did I do wrong? What mess did I get myself into? Have you ever felt like that? If this sounds familiar, then this video is for you. As I reflected, I hope you're able to follow my back and forth as I try to share what's on my heart this afternoon. As I reflected and I was trying to make some food for myself, it dawned on me that I could catch a glimpse of the future that God is building for me, even though I was still going through the process of being prepared for that future. And that feeling was a good feeling. My God, that feeling that even if your experience is deeper than the space that you've been given, it doesn't minimize the experience. You know, a sense that the story you're living is not all of you, that there's so much more that you can do. And as I'm trying to find the right words to use to express how I feel this evening, what really prompted me to do this video was that when that reflection, as I went through that reflection, I said to myself, someday I'll be able to tell this story. Maybe I'll have a good platform or something. And I heard in my spirit that no, there's no someday. That someday is now, because someone needs to hear your story, because someone needs to realize that there's nothing wrong with them. And I just want to pause and say, you're fine. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not disqualified. You're not undeserving. And you're not crazy. Right? And it's not because you're not capable. It's just that the dimension that you're operating in is different from the one you left. And the people that you're working with do not understand where you've been. I mean, a lot of us, we left so much to come, right, pursue whatever it is that brought you and wherever it is that you are. Because again, as much as this message is for people in diaspora, it's also for people who are in between places. Someone who has left something that they were very good at, or something that they had risen to the peak of, and who is navigating a new chapter. You've left one cliff. You're trying to get on the next horizon or the next cliff, and you're in between, right? And you're wondering, are you sure I'm not gonna fall into this gully? Are you sure I'm gonna make it to the other end of the cliff? And for as many people as I have stopped dreaming, anyone who is close to me will know that I say, it's only in Africa that you dream. In this part of the world, which dream? It's survival. People are trying to just make sure they don't lose their mind. I came with a word of encouragement. And I'm not sweet talking you. I'm talking from my reality. I'm talking from, it was a reflection that was so deep, I couldn't believe myself. I'm like, oh, I'm actually free from all this narrative of, okay, it was a small market. Hey, yes, it's Africa. Oh, yes, it was just 300 million. Or this 1.2 billion. I'm free from a narrative of you've never launched a global asset, because now 2.5 years and I'm leading a global launch for a global asset, as in an asset that has never been in market before. And that is just one example. Maybe that is extreme. Maybe that is not even your story, right? Probably for someone, you can't even get into the workforce. You have a master's degree, you have a PhD, you left everything, you sold your house, or you borrowed money, you had challenges with family, you rock the boat of some sort just to get here, and you're here, and it looks as if the system is closed, and you're wondering, what have I done to myself? Don't question your integrity, please. Don't question your journey. It has nothing to do with you. What I have learned, if my experience is anything to go by, is that sometimes when the system does not have a name for your experience, they diminish it. I use the word sometimes because, again, it differs from person to person. Some other times when that's just it. When there's no name for where you've been, when people don't know what you've done or where you've been, they diminish it. It's not because they hate you. It is what it is. That's just the truth. It took me a while to understand. And some other times it's because we don't even know how to tell our story. Personally, growing all my entire career, my opportunities came because someone saw what I could do and I was given those opportunities. I never knew that there is that aspect where you have to really sell yourself. I didn't know. And I used to think I do a good job of being able to talk about me or talk about my journey. But I didn't know until I came here. And I realized that there is an art to being able to bring to the fore your outcomes, not the roles. Not I was a district manager, I was a marketing manager, not that one. But I've had opportunity to work with people in different work streams. I've collaborated, I can work with them in ambiguity, right? And so were the results that we got during this. The project, the outcome of the project, not the name of the project and your title in the project. But also the ability to communicate clearly, to tell that narration clearly. Have you ever had to question a part of yourself? Have you ever had to ask yourself, do I even know what I think I know? Is there anyone who is listening to me, who is wondering, do I even know what I think I know? Is there anyone who is tired? Is there anyone who has been locked out of a room, locked out of a conversation, locked out of an opportunity, or been given a space that is that is too small for them, or you have been given a script that is too small for you, or you have been, I'm being very careful with my words because I'm trying to be as objective as I can be. Is there anyone that the context has redefined in some ways, and you're struggling and you're saying, I'm bigger than this is not who I am? And are you, because of that, settling, or are you, because of that, saying, you know what, maybe it's not worth it, let me just look for something else to do and get by, or let me just wrap this dream up, maybe this is all of it? I just want to tell someone, please try again. Please try again. You're not crazy, you're not stupid, you're not too loud. Have you been told that? You're not too loud, you're not sensitive. There's nothing absolutely wrong with you. You're not slow. You are not talking to people anyhow. And I'm looking into the camera as much as I can. I hope I can hug you. I just want to say, try again. Is there someone who is saying, you are not, we didn't have data, but we did it better? It's fine. The context is different. The credibility you have built was probably built in a context that is different from the one you are now. So they don't hate you. There's nothing wrong. It's just that they don't understand that journey. They've not been there. They don't even know Africa. They don't even know where you're coming from. They do not understand all that story. And all that context you are providing, yes, they respect it, but it's not resonating because you didn't tell them you're coming from Europe, you worked in Europe or you worked in China. They can relate with those worlds, but not the world you're describing. And I'm saying just give it time. In another 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you will feel better. And by that time, just like the kind of reflection that I caught this morning, your context will not just be the one you left behind. It will be an expanded worldview that you can talk about proudly. Keep your head high. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing. And this you see my hair. I'm really, really happy to do this video because at least I look like I look like a human being today. This your Africa hair that you've been having challenges trying to, even as simple as getting a place where they can do your hair very well. I'm saying that's part of, at least I don't know about you, for me it's part of my challenge. It's fine. It's all part of the context. Please, please. I've learned a few things and I'm just trying to share from my journey. I'm no expert of any form. I'm just being real. And that's why I'm not waiting until I have a new context before I tell this story so that you can relate with it. I'm only sharing this reflection. As powerful as it is, it came to me this afternoon, like I said, and I realized there is no better time. Please, being undervalued is not the same as being unworthy. I'm going to repeat that. Being undervalued is not the same as being unworthy. Did I catch a tear? Is somebody trying to cry? It's okay. It's okay. Being unseen is not the same as being unclear. You know, it took a while. I had to speak to myself severally. Because they pretend you are not there does not mean you're not clear. They can hear you. They understand clearly. They know you are clear. It's just that it's taking a while for you to break through the system. I wish there was a book of some sort around what being in transition is about. I mean specific book for people who have worked in a different context and have to come to this context. Being underestimated is not the same as being incapable. Being underestimated is not the same as being incapable. There were instances where I was so underestimated, I felt incapable. I felt as if something was totally wrong with me. There were times where I came home and I cried. You know, before I left Nigeria, I was the head of 2 markets, 2 operations. I mean, operations across 2 markets, and then for the first 3 years, and then later on 1 market. So I was a GM. With my full chest. And I left all of that and I came here and I found myself in an executional role of some sort. It was still a big title, but it was execution. And I said, wow, what is going on here? It took all I had to keep faith. It took all I had to believe that because I was underestimated, I was not incapable. It took all the courage that I had to stay in the fight. It took all I had. Sometimes people struggle to interpret your experience. Sometimes there is no nomenclature for your journey because the context of your journey is not clear. And when the context of your journey is not familiar, it is underestimated. Nobody told me that, right? I had to figure it out myself. I feel a lot better now. I'm tired. Very tired. The kind of work I've done, I've not worked like this in a while. Oh, but my worldview has also expanded. And I'm a different girl. I've always been one who believed that leadership is an opportunity and a privilege. I've always been someone who knows that if you have the opportunity to lead others, it's just a privilege. But now I even believe it more. You know, sometimes our depth doesn't translate into our reality. And for that person who has a master's, who is cleaning, or who has a PhD, who can't even find a job, please keep your head high. There's nothing wrong with you. And stop blaming yourself. You can't afford to get on that journey, right? You can't do that to yourself. If you need to lean into a support system anytime you're feeling low, please do that. I had a conversation with someone today, part of the Mother's Day call that I had, one of my proteges, and this beautiful lady said to me, "Ma, she said, I never forgot the day you told me never run out of options, right? Never stay in a context that make you feel you've run out of options." And I don't know why that conversation stirred something in my heart. And I just want to encourage someone to say, you're not out of options. That person who has just resigned, you say, it's only this job I can do. Let me just be cleaning. No. That's not who you are. If you need to clean for a while to keep yourself, it's fine. But you are not out of options. I don't know what those options can be. But give yourself time. And once you feel better, pick up your dreams again. You didn't come here to clean. Sorry if I have to say it in a different way, and there's nothing absolutely wrong with that, by the way, if you're comfortable. I'm just saying, if there's any dream that is still waking you up at night, don't jettison it. Don't believe that there is no space for you. Sometimes the depth we carry does not translate into a language. And like I said, I'm speaking from my heart. Just bear with me. It's a whole lot of things. I just know I need to get this video out. I've not created any video in a while. I've been very busy. Sometimes the resilience that you've packed into your journey is invisible. Yeah, either because you lack the strength. You lack the how do I put that out? Either because you lack the strength of narrative to bring it out, or because they just pretend not to see it. But again, the idea is not for you to be bitter. The point of this video is just to let you know that there's nothing wrong with you. Don't hang your boots. There's grace on you. Yeah. Tomorrow is gonna come. It's not a case of if tomorrow comes, tomorrow will come, right? Tomorrow will come. I think you owe yourself a few things. You need to stay healthy. You truly need to, and you need to protect your mind. So lean into whatever represents support for you. If you are a person of faith, lean a lot into God. I have never leaned into my walk with God like I did this last 2.5 years. I have never leaned into my walk with God like I did. Oh, the Bible is a staple. It's my God. It's strength for me. And I don't know, but please lean into whatever represents strength for you, so you can, so that your mind is preserved as you pass through, because you're just passing through. The resistance that you feel has nothing to do with your ability. It's just a system thing, and it's a little bit. Maybe we were not as prepared as we ought to have been. Maybe we didn't also do our due diligence with regards to what does it take to come to be an immigrant, right? What does it take to be in between places? There's truly some due diligence that is necessary for that phase of life. Someday, maybe I'll drop a book on that. I think this video is becoming really long, but I wanted to share my heart from that reflection this afternoon. I wanted to say that it gets better, and things are going to get better. And while you are still in between, while you're still trying to get people to understand that you're bigger than the script you've been given. Give yourself grace. Be kind to yourself. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't discount yourself. Be kind to you, if I can say that. Be kind to you. Please share this video with someone who needs it. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. And I hope that tomorrow brings you good news. Thank you and have a good evening. My name is Folake.